Hi everybody, Mary Mitchell here. How you guys doing? I haven't recorded in a while. Been busy trying lots of different things out, but the reason I recorded this particular video, even though I didn't record the process of it, is I wanted to point some things out to you, and after this very quick dialogue, if you watch the video, you'll understand it better when I explain it to you in person, because I tried to do a voiceover, but it was just too fast. I just couldn't make my point across clear enough. So I hope this helps. Anyway, this is a 36 by 36 canvas that first I did the underpainting with a brick red acrylic. I let that dry for a few days, and once I knew it was cured and dried, I had some Barnabas, I'll show you the label further into the video where I inserted text. And I had a lot of that glue. I had some adhesive, I had some sealer, I had gold leaf sheets, but I never, I was always partial to Speedball Mona Lisa by Speedball, I should say. And I noticed when I was putting on, after I did the underpainting, I used the Barnabas adhesive, and it was very thick and very sticky. It was thicker than the Speedball Mona Lisa adhesive, but it was very sticky, so I knew without a doubt that it would have no trouble, adhering the gold leaf to it. It was super sticky, and it was a little more challenging to work with because it wasn't as fluid. But I used it, and I wanted to see what it was like. And so I applied all of that over the canvas, waited till the next day because there's an open time of 30 hours. So after that, I applied the Mona Lisa gold leaf imitation. Whenever I say gold leaf throughout this video, it's imitation. When I demonstrate the silver leafing by the Mona Lisa silver leafing, it's all imitation leaf, metal leafing, gold or silver. So after I did that, I noticed my process is that I cut out a piece of wax paper, and I lay it over the sheet and I lift it up, and then I can see where I'm applying it. And I noticed when I was holding it up, there seemed to be a lot of holes in it, and there were parts of it that seemed to be thinner, almost a little bit see-through. Not as, I know imitation gold leaf, any gold leaf, I believe, I know it's very fragile, and you have to be very careful when you work with it, but there were a lot of little tiny holes in the sheets. Now, whether I got a defective packet or not, but I used two. This took 25, there were 25 sheets in the booklet. I used all of them. And when I got finished, I didn't really worry about it. I said, oh, they're pinholes, and that's why you do the underpainting, that, not going to worry about it, because I've never had a problem with the Mona Lisa. After I did that, I loved how it came out. It came out great. I did notice there was, as before I've noticed this, and never really paid attention to it because I thought it was a natural thing, that there was, some parts of it were more yellowish than other parts of it. And once I really zeroed in on it after what happened, I really took great notice. So I wanted to just put this out there to you and see if any of you have experienced this. So what happened is I was pleased enough, because I'm going to paint over it, although I'm going to do something minimalist. So I really wanted the gold leaf to come out really well, because I'm not going to, like I said, I'm going to paint it, use a minimalist type of composition. So I really, really paid attention to the quality of how it came out. So I was pleased enough, pretty pleased, except that part down in this corner over here that seemed to be a little bit more yellowish than various other spots on the canvas. I said, oh, it'll probably work itself out when I put the sealer and the varnish on. So after I did that, I decided to try the Barnabas sealer because it's high gloss. Now, The Mona Lisa sealer is glossy, but not as glossy as the Barnabas. So I didn't know that going into it, but I was excited when I saw it. When I started laying it down, I said, oh, this is really glossy. I really like it. It's going to give it a nice, maybe a harder finish, certainly a glossier finish. So I applied it over the entire canvas, and upon my first, looking at it, I was like, wow, this is going to be great. Fast forward to the next day, and I come in, and what you see in the following video just it blew my mind. There were so many defects. Parts of it looked like almost like it just, you could see, it almost looked like mold or something. It wasn't mold, it was really the underpainting that was coming through, but I never experienced that before, ever. So I don't know if it was the combination of using both products together. I don't know, So what I did is I said, okay, I can't work with this. There's no way I could work with this. So I very lightly sanded it. And I said, let me try this another way. Now, I've always used I do prefer the Mona Lisa sealer. And I guess some products, maybe they just don't play well together. I don't know. But I wanted to point this out to you in case you're trying different products. So I very, very lightly sanded it, and I applied the Mona Lisa adhesive, waited for that to dry a significant amount of time, and then I put on the Barnabas Gold Leaf. Now, when I worked with the Barnabas Gold Leaf, I was truly impressed. I held it up to the light. I saw like a couple of very tiny, like one maybe. One case there might have been two tiny ones up at the corner of it. They seemed to be better, just better quality or something. I don't know. All I know is that the result, the result was better. The result was better than the Mona Lisa sheets. There was no color inconsistencies whatsoever. Maybe it's because I didn't use the Barnabas adhesive. I don't know. But after I did that, I loved it. And you're going to see those pictures. And so what I decided to do is, instead of using the Barnabas sealer, you following me? Okay. It will all make sense when you look at it after this. After I used the Mona Lisa sealer, because I've never had any trouble with that sealer. So I did that over this. And you have to be very careful. Some people say, don't use a brush, spray it, because it's so delicate. And it is. The risk that you run with brushing on a sealer or a varnish is you might get brush strokes. There was a little bit of that, but that was my fault. I was pressing too hard. You don't want to press hard. You want a nice soft brush, and you just want it to glide over. Don't use too much. Don't use too little, just enough. And then I do like cross-hatching, down, across, and then I smooth it. And in parts of it, I was going a little too firm. But it didn't matter. It still came out. You're looking at it. I'm very happy with it. And there's other pieces that I have, and I would like to explain to you when I get to the point of putting metal leafing on those. One's going to be silver, one's going to be gold. I'm going to explain to you how I prepared the canvas so that the canvas, the actual, I guess, pattern, that canvas pattern, I stopped using gesso basically over it. And I went back to that, and I found something on YouTube, a process where it's a little bit, it's involved, but it's very worth it. The canvas comes out so smooth, and the gold leaf it's just so shiny and so smooth. You don't get any of the pattern of the canvas, the texture, I should say, of the canvas through the gold leaf. And I'm stuck to this. I'm stuck on that. So I'll explain that in my next video. In the meantime, watch this. I'm not going to talk over it, probably. And good luck, and let me know your thoughts. Take care.